All right, hey you guys, it's LA Jordan, aka the Goddess LA. Yes, I'm running for president in 2028, so go ahead, grind your gears, get ready, get set, we on go. But as you guys know, I was running for president unofficially as of 2024, but I'm also gonna run for president again for 2028. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna do a repeat. But in the meantime, I do have, things that I would like to do. As of right now, I have something that I'm going to do my best to take seriously. Now, of course, I got a meeting and 12 things, other things that I'm doing, right? But I wrote a bill about 17 years ago. And I literally just found it about 3 o'clock this morning. And as I was about to head down to the city council and take it down there, but unfortunately, my trip was sabotaged and I was unable to go. I don't know if it was sabotaged or it just didn't link up right. Either way, fate decided that I'm not going today. However, there's a bill that I really, really want to get passed. And I feel the same way about it now that I did 17 years ago. Later, after the end of this video, I really, really want you guys to click on this link and I want you to take the survey and let me know what you think about the bill. Do you think that this is something that would be helpful, that we should get passed through, to Congress or wherever? Or am I doing too much? Let me know now, okay? But I want to read to you about the bill. The bill is about sexually transmitted infections for individuals between the ages of 14 to 34. As you guys know, between the ages of 14 to 34, those are the very crucial and the most sexual ages for most humans, right? Like I say, you are only going to be young once. And we all know what that was like, okay? So you're only going to be young once. But between the ages of 14 to 34, believe it or not, in most cases pertaining to STDs, especially the HIV and AIDS virus, those are the ages in which most young women and young men contract these diseases. Okay, so in this bill, and I'm going to read it to you. Now, keep in mind, I wrote this 17 years ago. Okay, so I'm going to read the bill to you, and I'm going to let you know what it says. But in all summary, for those of you who ain't got time to listen, what it's saying is it's just basically between the ages of 14 to 34, everyone get a yearly exam, a yearly mandatory STD test. And if you don't get your yearly mandatory STD test, you are subject to be penalized, facing penitentiary time and or worse, depending on your charges and the condition that you are in or have put your periods in. Okay? So I'm finna read to you the bill so you'll know what it says firsthand from me. So here we go. Being acted by the Senate in Congress assembled that Section 1, all citizens, male, female, doctors, nurses, specialists, patients, etc., between the ages of 14 to 34, protect themselves, their country, and all of mankind from the spread of sexually transmitted infection by receiving yearly examinations and or testing. Section 2. This required precaution is not to invade privacy, but to help decrease the spread of sexually transmitted infection, as well as protect the lives of citizens throughout the country who engage in sexual acts with people who unknowingly have a sexually transmitted infection. In an instance, in which all three following conditions are not met, all citizens, male, female, doctors, nurses, specialists, patients, etc., between the ages of 14 to 34 will be in violation of to protect themselves, their country, and all of mankind to life-threatening infections. Preceding regulations must be adhered to. A. Documents containing patient results for tests and or examinations are confidential from all outside public family members unless the patient is of some physical, mental, or spiritual disability. B. Any citizen subjected to any sexually transmitted infection has a moral responsibility as an informant to notify their sexual partners. C. Every person found to be infected in America or essentially involved with an American must receive a time limit based on patient documents to notify their prior and current partners, in which will receive required examinations and or testing to protect themselves and their country. Section 3. Any persons in violation of not protecting themselves, their country, and mankind will be placed in a federal correction facility for at least 2 years with the possibility of further penalty based on previous similar accumulated offenses. Basically saying all of that to say this, it will be mandatory once a year that people, male, female, between the ages of 14 to 34 get tested for sexually transmitted diseases. As we all know, there are already free programs out here that can literally help you. So as far as the cost, because I know when it comes down to establishing bills like this, we also have to worry about the cost. Is there going to be more stress on the taxpayers to put into the state, and is the state going to be able to financially provide these type of programs? But the best part about this is that we already have programs in place already to take some of that financial burden off, because we already have it. We already have access to a lot of it now. So not saying that it won't be an extra cost, but what I'm saying is we already have programs now that are out there that a lot of people aren't even utilizing and should be utilizing. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know about it, or they're afraid, or whatever the situation may be. But the point that I'm trying to make is that luckily we already are footing the bill on this. We're just not utilizing the resources. But if we make it mandatory, not only what happens if we make it mandatory is that we're also taking the question mark off of ourselves, like, do I, don't I, do I, don't I? You know what I mean? Number two, you're putting your partners at ease, you're putting your peers at ease, and even if you do contract something, it's okay, because now you know what's wrong, now you know how to fix it. You understand what I'm saying? Also, more importantly, we're utilizing resources that are already there. And what happens when we don't utilize resources? They get taken away. And then when they get taken away, it's at the most inopportune time. You know what I mean? So use it while you got it. Also, with us, if we do make it mandatory, we are providing more healthcare jobs. So if you need a job and a test, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being funny, but I'm also being for real. We're providing more jobs. You know what I mean? We're using more resources that are already there that we don't often utilize. And most importantly, because the ages of 14 to 34 are very crucial and very sexual ages, we're not shaming anyone that is having sex, but at least we're trying to do something to protect you, to help you out, because we can't stop you from doing what you're going to do with your own body in your own time. But what we can do is to try to help you if you mess up, or to help you to prevent you from messing up, and help you help us, because we don't want that stuff either. No offense, because there's no offense, I'm just being funny, but seriously. But you guys click on the link. Let me know what you think. Take the survey. Am I doing too much? Are y'all in agreement? Is there something that y'all would like pass? Because it does actually help all of us, especially our kids between the ages of 14 to 34. Crucial period. See y'all later. Be blessed. LA Jordan 2024. Vote for me. I'm running for president again. You're bye, y'all.